always the slowest countdown in. I wish you guys could see it. It just takes forever, slow crawl, and then we're just waiting. But just know that we're here and we're ready for you guys because it is a Chasing Points podcast. It is episode 180 whatever 5. 185 is the right numbers. Sam's here, Harrison's here, Brendan's here, I'm here. We're here to talk sports again as we normally do. If this is your first time listening, thank you. We appreciate you. We hope this is not going to be your last time. And if it is, we apologize. But welcome back to all the others that have endured the pain of listening to us over and over again. We appreciate you for that as well, too. Gentlemen, we got some sports to talk about, and predominantly it's football. I did not see if you guys added Do You Care and snuck in. I'm sure somehow, some way, there's some golf down at the bottom. I'm just not going to peruse it yet. But how are you all doing?
I'm great.
I think you're burying the lead here, Haze.
Yeah, really.
Yeah. How are you? We'll start with you. How are you today?
Happy birthday.
Boy.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. I'm
I'd
feeling
sing,
old.
Don't want to do that.
You don't need to. We want to keep the people that we have on here. We don't
That's
want to scare them away. I'm good. 2 years closer to 40. It's scary thinking about that. I spoke to a mutual friend of some of ours on here, and it feels like we were just in high school yesterday. And
Here we are.
So
Getting old, boy.
we're getting grown. I probably don't feel as old as you three gentlemen because y'all have children, and that has probably aged you all by 10 years. You don't look it, but I'm sure inside of your soul it is blackened a little bit, and I'm hoping to get there soon. So.
Wow.
It's the opposite. They keep me younger.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, they just have you running around, giving you the
Dude,
extra
a couple
energy
weeks ago, I
until
went
you
into
fall
a bounce
asleep.
house. Yeah, I went into like a kid's inflatable bounce house. You're right. They do keep you younger.
Keeps me younger.
Okay. Yeah,
I get new lingo. I mean, I said to Charlotte the other day, it's not that serious. And she corrected me. She said, it's not that deep. So we don't say it's not that serious. So you learn things new every day just to keep you fresh. Just closer and closer.
You have to know the new things that are going on because you have children. So that makes sense. That makes sense. If they say these words to me, I'm going to look at them like they're speaking a different language to me and walk away. So, but yeah, all in all, thank you, gentlemen. I'm doing well.
A lot of 6'7" in the house.
Excuse me?
Yep.
6'7".
Google it.
Okay.
They don't know what it means either.
Yeah.
It's fine. Brendan, just wait, man. Just wait.
Say my guy's not talking yet, so
I will.
Second,
I'll figure out what this is. Yeah, I'll Google it at some point in this. But thank you, gentlemen, for asking. Feels good. Another blessed to be alive, blessed to wake up again, and I'm very happy that I have friends like you guys that can bust my balls all the time. But I know it comes from love, and we can talk bullshit on here as much as we want. And this is a fun time. Look forward to this every week. So thank you, gentlemen. How are you guys doing now?
We're good. Went to the zoo this weekend. Saw lynx. Saw an emu. Got home in time to watch football. The beginning of those 1 o'clock games, not great, but the endings were.
Ends of it, great.
I got home in time.
Sam,
Brendan? The schedule was like looking first glance was like, oh, all right, decent slate of games, but yeah, from 3 to 4:30 or whatever it was. 3:30 to 4:30, whatever, the witching hour.
Witching hour. I didn't know it was called that until I saw it.
Because you just started watching Red Zone?
I guess, yeah.
Anyway, just phenomenal games. Had a good weekend. Hope your guys' weekends were good too.
Yeah, it wasn't until last night. Yeah. I'm dead inside.
Welcome, bro.
It's just
he's been there for a while too. He's been there for a while.
It's easier if you root for no one. Although the Cardinals did piss me off royally. So
well, there you go. Yeah. It's harder that way.
Yeah.
But it was easy to root for these people in the dubs this week. And Harrison, you got a dub that you casted away, and now it looks like they're back in the fold. So you want to tell the people what I'm talking about?
Yeah, we're talking about the Bears. I wasn't man enough to pick them, even though I was super sure that the Cowboys defense is absolute trash. But I backed off. But I was just happy to see them kind of get it together on offense. It seems like the Cowboys are going to be everyone's kind of get right game offensively every week. But, obviously watching Caleb show what he's capable of, even with that secondary he was throwing against, was just good to see. Seeing Ben Johnson get his first win and then kind of the celebration in the locker room afterwards was
cool.
nice. So, they are a talented group. I don't think they're a playoff team from what I saw these first couple of weeks, but they can rack up a few wins. You never know. But just I want to give them their kind of dub now because I don't know how many opportunities I will be able to for the rest of the season. But, it's looking more promising than it did the last 2 weeks. So just wanted to get it out the way and shout them out for a good win.
That's fair.
Caleb's looked good.
He has looked good. No, he has looked good. I mean, he's going to take a lot of heat for, just how people perceive him to be off the field or whatever. But I've enjoyed watching him ever since Oklahoma and then to USC. Shout out the Trojans. So I enjoy watching him play. He's fun. He's fun to watch play. He throws a great deep ball. He's running around back there. He does some stupid stuff from time to time, but he's young, and I think he'll just continue to get better.
Well, I do want to talk about the Cowboys because they're my L. So
okay,
I might as well
jump right into them.
Just jump right into that since we were talking about that game. That is, first off, Jerry Jones is senile. The fact that they spoke to him after and they asked if he thought that the Cowboys were a playoff team, he said adamantly, yes, that they are. Jerry, I don't know what type of drugs you are taking, sir. But please pass them this way because I need to know what planet you're on that you think that they are a playoff team. Now, offensively, they're good. But now with CeeDee Lamb now going to be day-to-day with this high ankle sprain, which he thinks he's just going to play next week, good luck with that, CD. It's not going to work out that way. Offensively, they're going to have to put up at least 40 points a game in order to try to stay in a game because their defense is dog water. It was such a smart idea to trade Micah Parsons, the guy that was able to get to the quarterback to allow to mask your already terrible secondary and give them time to actually play on the ball. Now Diggs is just out there getting cooked, who hasn't looked the same since his injury. Pretty much the whole secondary is getting cooked. The fact that the Bears knew that the secondary was so bad, they disrespected them with the flea flicker. The only time teams do flea flickers is when they know another team's defense is that bad. And the fact that Caleb had time to sit there, and it looked terrible how it developed at first, but then he threw the ball 65 yards in the air and still had space for his guy to walk under it. Just terrible. I also believe that what you call Diggs slipped on that, if I remember correctly, but that's on him. You probably shouldn't put Diggs on Dunze anyway because he's probably one of the hottest wide receivers right now in the league. But, do what you think is best. Have fun there. You guys look so great defensively. I get so much pleasure talking about the Cowboys failing because for some reason media consistently seems to put them in this slab all the time, but I'll get to that later. I
think it's the divisive nature of it, right? Like you're talking about it. It's kind of why ESPN talks about the Cowboys all the time, right?
Oh, I have
LeBron.
Bone to pick with them. I have a bone to pick with them today.
Well, yeah, Matt Eberflus, though. I mean,
I did
good.
not know he was the Cowboys defensive coordinator. Yeah. And it just made, when they panned him on the sideline after giving up, bomb after bomb, it made a lot of sense to me.
You think it's kind of like the Lions running up the score on the Bears. It's Bears running up the score on the Cowboys there. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Warranted.
It definitely felt more personal for sure. With the way kind of the play calling that the Bears were running. And they were just like disrespecting them. And it was fun to watch.
Well, what do you want Jerry Jones to say? Like, we're not a playoff team? I guess I
want Jerry Jones to be real.
You could spark the room and be like, we're not playing like a playoff team. But you can't say you're not a playoff team.
No, you can say that because players also would do it out of spite for you. Be like, oh, so we are not a playoff team, which can go either way. They can be like, oh, we're not a playoff team, so we're not going to do anything. Or they can be like, oh, we are a playoff team. F you. This is what we look like when we really do it and go about it that way. Like maybe he needs to try to do something different in the fact. I mean, Jerry is just going to continue to play the role that he's playing because he knows it continues to make money for him. No matter what, he says certain things he knows is going to be a sound clip on Monday and on Overreaction Monday, but even though it's not an overreaction when it comes to them. But he knows he's going to be in the media, which means people are going to pay attention to his team, which means he's going to make money. So he knows what he's doing. He's a mastermind behind this. I can't knock him for doing that. But if you boil it all down, I wish he would just be like, yeah, no, we suck. We suck. But I know he won't.
I mean, he's also a businessman at heart, right?
Absolutely.
So he's not gonna, go negative here or throw in the towel just yet. Like, he still has that kind of, and maybe it's delusional, to us seems it right now. To I guess the vast majority of people, it probably seems a little delusional, but he is that businessman, and he's just going to keep saying, we got a chance to win the Super Bowl, we got a chance to go to the playoffs. So he's also 82, and his time's running out. And after watching America's team, which the three of you need to do,
I'm like 4 episodes in, I think.
Oh, are you? Oh,
yeah.
I haven't started
It's
yet.
pretty good.
I kind of enjoy when the team owners don't speak. You don't have to do media.
That too.
That's what sets him apart too. Yeah.
But I get it why he does it. I think it just undermines. I think it just undermines your team. It's worked in a sense of the popularity level, but success wise, I think you just create a lot of division. And I don't know, the vibe just never seems right with that locker room, and you got to start at the top. And fortunately for us, and unfortunately for some of us that don't want to listen to it, he's always talking. So it is what it is.
I mean, it's great for media. It's always a sound clip. I mean, you always get that to circulate through, especially if it's a slow week or whatever the case may be. You always have a Jerry Jones clip that you're going to get. He's going to say something off the wall, and you're going to be like, okay, we can play this over and over again until Thursday or Sunday or Monday.
It's filled 4 minutes of our show.
There you go.
You're right. It's it'll be the end of November. How many times it's been the end of the year? Dak hasn't played in 5 games. They've won 7 games, and everyone's still talking about the Cowboys. So that's what it is.
But there's something else we should talk about, because it took over Sunday completely, and it's Sam's dub, and it's special teams.
Man, talk about the witching hour. That was
insane.
Red Zone is great. Red Zone's the greatest thing.
It is.
7 games were decided by winning scores in the last 3 minutes. Wow. So that ties a record. And if that, if tonight's Lions and Ravens game does that, then it would break the record. But that early window had 3 kicks that were blocked in the last 2 minutes. Your boy, our boy, go Birds, Jordan Davis. Man, I think he clocked the fastest time for someone over 300 pounds in
18.5 miles per hour.
He's moving 18 miles.
And since 2017 or something like that. Incredible, man.
I said, what's pretty funny, Sam, is what would you do if you saw a grown-ass man with his weight coming at you that fast? There's nothing you can do. It's turn the other way and hope your car is close. You know what I mean? That's just it. You can't.
It's like trying to outrun like a bear, They just,
pretty much.
Maybe you play dead. You played dead.
And he wanted to go to the house there, and he did. I mean, but to block I think I said this to you guys yesterday, to block it and to recover it.
Yep.
And how 80 yards? How long did he ran quite a bit.
It was, left the tight end from the Rams in the dust. Tight end just gave up after a while. That's very impressive. Very impressive.
Just peak athleticism.
Yes,
that's what
good.
You want. Yeah. So just craziness there. Third week since 2000 that multiple blocked field goals return for TDs of 50 or more yards. So that's all from the Athletic. But just crazy. Special teams wins championships, guys.
I think we're going to see a lot more blocks this year, just for the sheer fact a lot of teams are kicking way longer field goals now too. They're trying, to kick from 50, 55, even 60 yards right now.
Yeah.
And obviously, the trajectory on those is a bit lower. So maybe there's something there that's trending in that direction of, hey, okay, we're going to take these chances with these long field goals, but it's also going to open up these block plays that are just electric when they happen. So, 5 block field goals yesterday, 3 like you said, Sam, in the final 2 minutes. It was just a nutty day.
It was. Very, very happy, obviously, for that. If I wasn't already leaving my apartment at the end of this week, I probably would have got evicted. That's how loud I yelled. So that's going right into what we're saying here is that the Eagles won, and it was a big victory for me. I love when they kick off my birthday or give me a win on my birthday. It's always phenomenal to see that. But more so for me, this was a big FU to a lot of people that started to do the same thing that they did last year, which this is going to also bode into my L. They started to do the same thing last year of talking about, well, Jalen Hurts, he can't pass the ball. He can't do this. He can't do that. And then each time he's done that, he's been in 2 Super Bowls where he's outplayed Patrick Mahomes and passed better than him. He's done it in multiple times when the media has called him out. When will you understand that he doesn't have to do that all the time? And I don't like to agree with certain media personnel when they say certain things, but especially when it kind of is like a little reach. But I have to agree with this. Dan Orlowski said that this is kind of Brady-esque, and he said it like a month or 2 ago. He said that this is that he in the fact of that they'll try to win any way that they can. They don't care about what the stats are. A win is a win, and that's it. To highlight that point, to show you what that is, they're 19-1, and they're actually 17-0 when Jalen Hurts plays. So the only game that they lost, he would have completely been that, is if he would have played and completed the full game against the Commanders last year. So they're 17-0 consecutively. So that's a whole season in itself that they haven't lost. So again, when media, I know what it is. Again, it's for clicks, likes, gets people riled up. I understand it. But at what point are people going to actually respect what he does over and over and over again? If they need him to run the ball, he does it. If they need him to pass the ball, he does it. If he needs to play action, he does it. And he continuously wins and has won on every single level. So why is this man still not getting the credit he deserves? I don't know. It's cool. It's maybe because he doesn't look like the arm talent of a Josh Allen or a Justin Herbert that jumps off the charts when you see it with your eyes, right? Or maybe it's because he's not as fast as Lamar Jackson and you see that right away. But he's a good mix of both and can do that whenever he wants to do it. So shout out to him. Shout out to the Dancing Bear, as Sam has already talked about, returning it. That is his nickname, Jordan Davis, by the way, just in case you guys are curious. Shout out to him. Shout out to Quinyon Mitchell, who shut down Devontae Adams. First half had one touchdown. That wasn't on him. And then Q did what he had to do from there. And then Fred Johnson, who took over for Lane Johnson after Matt Pryor stunk it up and changed the game there. So I'm just very, very happy on what the outcome is. And this is why they are the best team in the league. So
I think just picking nits, obviously 17-0 is hard to argue with. They make it look so hard sometimes. And you saw it in the first half of it was just, I can see as an Eagles fan, like how that would be frustrating knowing that they're capable of this. Like they rattled off how many in a row? I can't even remember, but they rattled off. They just flipped the entire script of the game by just opening it up. Not even a lot, but just a little bit. Just a little bit. So, and it's fine. They can pick their spots, and I respect that. And, you're probably setting things up early for things you want to do later. But yeah, it just looks like it comes to them very difficult sometimes. And that was the same thing, throughout the regular season last year. It was it shouldn't be this hard with all the talent you have around them. And it's, my beef with the Cardinals as well. Just like some of the play calling and the scheming they do early on just makes it look so much harder than it should be for that level of talent. But hey, you can't argue with wins. So it's nice to see Jalen do it. We know he can. I think we all believe in his talent. Like I do. I know everyone here does, and we've seen it. He's a champion. So you can't argue with that. But they could just be I think they could just be more dominant than they are now.
They can,
and that's scary. But it is what it is.
I also think it goes which I've said on this podcast about every team that does exactly what I'm about to say, is when you don't play your starters in the preseason at all, right? Sure. Obviously, you're trying to preserve them for the regular season. Completely respect that. But these guys have not played since like serious contact since the season prior to, right? You're now playing. So the first 3 to 4 weeks, which are games that obviously mean something, guys are getting acclimated to their new team, new coaches, new players, and they're feeling it out and finding out their identity. Where in years past, you would know kind of like after you play the last 2 preseason games, kind of do what you got to do, or the second and third, and then the fourth, maybe depending on what you're trying to do, that, but mostly the people that aren't going to play ever again. But you used to have that to kind of play something out and do stuff like that. You don't have that anymore. These guys are just going out there cold and doing what they have to do. And then also a point that still does not get highlighted enough, Jalen has a new offensive coordinator every single goddamn year. So you got to learn a whole new playbook every single year. So I'm sure that doesn't help. So yeah.
I think they have the benefit of winning the Super Bowl that no one's really talking about them, and kind of pointing out again that it's not perfect. Picking nits, as Harrison said, like there's some warts, but that if they weren't coming off a Super Bowl and having the recent success that they've had, we'd probably be diving into that. And we have in the past, actually, right before they went on this winning streak last year, right? Was it the first 5 games of the year last year or something like that? We were saying the same thing.
The Bucs pushed their shit in.
We talked about Sirianni at length.
Sure
it's
did.
still the same stuff, but
at the end of the day, the currency is winning, and they're winning. And I've said that about Patrick Mahomes. What Dan Orlovsky has said, like it's not about stats anymore. He's just trying to win games and win Super Bowls. AJ Brown's on pace for 816 yards. He's 45th in receiving yards through the first 3 weeks. Hurts's EPA per pass is 21st in the league.
Yeah.
Saquon's only rushing 3 yards a carry.
Yeah.
10th and they're winning. So it doesn't matter, right? And I'm not picking on them. They're winning football. They're the cream of the NFL. They've built a stellar team. They're just winning ball games. It's not important. And I think that starts with your quarterback too. Yeah. Because we've seen the humility that Jalen Hurts has had since he put on the biggest stage and being taken out of a championship game for a freshman, and staying with the team and just continuing to just take the lumps and celebrate the wins and just kind of win football games. So that's what he's been doing for 10 years now.
This is not you, Sam. I don't ever want to hear anybody compare him and Tua ever a goddamn again. Don't ever do that shit again, please.
No,
nobody.
Dude,
I started off by saying not you, Sam.
No, but I'm praising that moment, right? Like he was benched in a national championship game.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
For a freshman.
Yeah.
And not only did he keep his mouth shut or just say positive things, he stayed on the team when he wasn't starting, or Saban was doing this weird who's going to come out this quarter and play
end up going in the game next year when Tua got hurt.
That's my point. Like that's
he's just a winner. He just has that
just
mentality.
A winning person. We've been saying that about him for a while now.
Yeah, to do whatever it takes to win. I wish they would just allow him to showcase it a little bit more sometimes. Like that stretch, when they decide to start throwing to AJ Brown looks like the best wide receiver in the league. Like he's an absolute monster.
He is.
And I think this game will definitely show them going forward. They know what they have, but it's like, okay, like some of this will open it up for Saquon. Like the teams are bottling up Saquon. Like you have to, adjust to those things and use your weapons. And they're fine. They'll be great. I mean, they're just so good.
Brendan, you have any nice things to say or mean things to say?
I do. I mean, I think, whenever you compare quarterbacks or evaluate quarterbacks, you're always looking at, all right, how much did they win, right? How many Super Bowls, how many rings they got? I think people always look for something to nitpick or complain about or point out a potential flaw or shortcoming. Obviously people love to see the big numbers coming from QBs, guys throwing for over 4,000 yards, throwing for 30, 40 touchdowns on the year.
Mm-hmm.
And not saying that Hurts can't do that. I think he's certainly capable of it, but it's just not something he has done, and he hasn't needed to. And I think as long as he keeps winning, that's all that any real fan of football really, that's all that matters to them. I mean, Colin Cowherd is a clown, and he's a critic of everyone's. But I personally would say he's easily top 5 quarterback in the league right now. I don't think that's a stretch by any means. Just because, like I said, just because he hasn't put up those huge gaudy numbers. I mean, granted, his rushing touchdowns are insane. Year after year with a nice little tush push going in. But yeah, no, I think any sort of criticism his way is certainly unfounded, unwarranted, and he's, like I said, in my eyes, he's a top 5 QB in the league right now.
I appreciate you for that.
So there you go.
Because I know it's honest.
That's my birthday gift to you.
Yeah, we're done kissing the Eagles.
Positivity.
Listen, don't try to cover it up, Brendan. You are a solid person when it comes to talking about other teams, except for when it comes to the Cowboys, and I agree with you on that one.
Mm-hmm.
But there's somebody that I want you to talk about. I talked about him last week, and he made it 2 weeks in a row, and he is your former quarterback.
Another top 5
it is
quarterback.
Indiana Jones. Danny Dimes, as you put on here, currently a one of the front runners for MVP. In the league right now, which is actually accurate. I still can't believe I'm saying that. But Brendan, the floor is all yours.
If I didn't gag enough speaking all that positivity about the Eagles quarterback, here's Daniel Jones.
Here he is.
I mean, listen, I watched this guy for 6 years, right? And there were moments, right? There were like glimpses of potential and what he could potentially be. Never thought it would be on this level, or at this level, I should say. But I give him credit, right? I mean, the guy caught a ton of flack, especially towards the tail end of his tenure with the Giants. And he joined the Colts, not even guaranteed a job, right? Not guaranteed a starting gig. So you got to applaud the perseverance there, and you can't deny what he's doing. I mean, the comparison to Josh Allen's numbers right now, I mean, they're damn near identical and better in certain regards. Mm-hmm. He hasn't turned the ball over yet in 3 games, which is now, as the 4 of us know, that is certainly a huge improvement from his days with the Giants.
Brendan, the Colts punted for the first time this season in the second quarter.
20th drive or something like that.
Now, with that said, I don't expect – so that's obviously not sustainable, right? They're going to punt much more often as they go forward. They played 3 dreadful teams. I wouldn't say Denver's dreadful, but, between Miami, Tennessee, I mean, pretty bad teams there. So they're going to have a really big test in L.A. This weekend. So we'll see how that goes. But – you got to applaud what he's doing so far, and I can't hate on the guy. And like I said, I definitely can appreciate the him being able to stick with it and then persevere here. And I mean, hell, 71% completion rate, and the 0 turnovers is insane, considering how many picks and fumbles he's lost over the years with the Giants. So. Good job, Daniel. I'm happy for you.
No, he's balling out right now. I know, Brendan, we've talked about his because I love having conversations with Brendan about the Giants, because he's actually one of the only Giants fans that I can genuinely talk to and not have to hear the nonsense and is realistic about it. And we've both had the conversation that this line has been not great since the Tom Coughlin era, like at the end of it, which is probably why Eli retired when he did. And obviously he was on a decline, but honestly, if he had more time to throw the ball and was protected more, Eli could have played more years and would have diced up the NFC a little bit longer. Now, do I still think he would have thrown some ducks? Absolutely, because that's just what Eli did. But the problem has been with their offensive line. Now, you guys just got back Andrews. right, for this past game.
Andrew Thomas.
Look absolutely solid, right? Mm-hmm. So you got a offensive lineman back. So I'm curious to see how it plays. I have a gut feeling, and you guys can quote me on this, is when Dart comes in, I have a funny feeling that offensive line is going to block a whole lot better. We've seen this in the past with certain teams where they just kind of want somebody else to be there. No slander to your boy Harrison. I just think that what I've been hearing is they've just been calling for Dart to start, and all the glowing things that they have been saying in the locker room. But Daniel Dimes, Indiana Jones, Brennan also has another nickname for him that I won't say, but he can. But I think he's been absolutely solid. Again, the Colts offensive line is pretty damn solid itself. They have a number of weapons out there, very highly underrated and whatnot, and their defense is also good. So they are scary, and he's letting the game come to him and taking what the defense is giving him. He's not really doing too much, not playing hero ball, and it looks really good. It looks really good.
It's time to throw, and he's getting rid of the ball quick, and it's paying off.
Yeah, I'm going to start dropping QBs into buckets. I think he's a solid quarterback that's probably not going to elevate a bad team, but if you're on a good one, you're going to be able to move the ball, similar to Sam Darnold. And I think there's elite level guys. I think there's guys that can definitely play given the right situation, and then there's probably just some bad quarterbacks, but I think he's just right in the middle, and this team around him is just going to make him look a whole lot better, and he's just going to continue to build that confidence. And he's sure learned how to get the ball out quick, because that's that's all he could do.
I think it also goes to show too just how important scheme and fit is as well. Mm-hmm. Something in New York just wasn't jiving, and here you go. Now he looks like Josh Allen out there, and so I think that's a big part of it as well.
100%.
Sam, how many times have I said that since we started this podcast, that it depends on where a player is placed, and you see guys flourish in certain systems. And again, this is why I know we as fans, we want a guy off our team. Oh, you stink. And then we go and see him on another team, and it's like, what the hell happened? Why were they not like that? It's scheme. Some players don't fit well in certain schemes, and it just is what it is. You can do what you got to do. Speaking of which, this guy did fit in a certain scheme, and the team that he used to play on decided not to pay him $7 million, but he did just win a championship with them. But he deserves to get his kudos, just in case you guys weren't paying attention to this. Isaiah Rodgers is the first player to ever have a overall PFF grade of 99.9. I don't know if you saw what he did in the Vikings game, but he had a pick six, a pass breakup in the end zone, 2 forced fumbles, a 66-yard fumble return. That's what he did. He had a hell of a day defensively, and I want to give him a honorary dub because I don't think we were going to talk about him, but I think he deserves to get that because he played a hell of a game. It's probably one of the best games I've ever seen a corner play. So kudos to him for sure, and getting that rating that nobody has ever gotten. So pretty cool in that. I don't know if you guys saw the highlights, but shout out to him.
I watched it for a good amount just to poor Bengals, but to see our boy Carson Wentz. But that Vikings defense took over the game completely.
Yeah.
Shout out to Carson Wentz. I will always
Jordan Mason.
We should put him in the Eagles Hall of Fame just for all the pieces that we got from him. So shout out to him.
Played all right. Managed the game yesterday.
No,
he didn't have to do a lot, but
no. Yeah. He's still got an arm, and he can still get away from certain things. So he'll do what he's got to do. Yeah. A guy that does have an arm but came in the leagues lighting things up, but we kind of don't know what he is now, is leading a team that Sam has as an L, and that would be the Texans.
Yeah, man, the Texans are broke. They're just broken. This, we talked in our star-studded AFC South preview, right? This division's wide open. I don't think any of us would say that the Colts would be 3-0 and Danny Dimes would be looking like an MVP candidate. But that's just crazy. But the Texans have last year made the playoffs, won the division just based on everyone around them not being very good. And I heard this stat or read it on The Athletic. 38 points through 3 games this season. That's the 12th team in the last decade to fail to score 40 points in the first 3 games. Half of those 11 teams pick top 5 in the draft the following year. So they're last in scoring. They only scored 3 points against the Jaguars, and then Stroud had an awful pick to end the game, right? Like 30 seconds left. He had another one before that, and then Nico had that fumble that set up an easy touchdown for the Jaguars there. So, yeah, this team's 0-3. It's not insurmountable, especially considering the teams in their division who they have to play. But it got ugly quick in the last maybe calendar year for the Texans, maybe last 10 months, right? They fired their OC, who a lot of people loved and thought he'd be the next hot coaching candidate. Bobby Slowick, whatever. It's been a weird 10 months or so in Houston.
Their line is so bad.
Yeah, it's really bad.
I don't understand the Tunsil trade. Their line's really bad. Tank Dell's injured and out. Nico Collins is, not who he used to be. They just don't have any weapons or a line. So it's like, obviously from the numbers, it's really hard to score. So, I feel for CJ Stroud. I mean, he had, he came out, as a rookie and really lit it up, but there's just nothing around him right now. I mean, I love Nick Chubb, but he just can't catch a pass out of the backfield. Like, it's just really bad. It's really poorly constructed.
Yeah. I don't have anything for them. I really don't. Like, I don't know. I feel for my boy D'Amico Ryans, but I really don't know what's going on. He's such a likable dude, but the team is not helping. So, another team that didn't help their own cause would be the Atlanta Falcons. I don't know what the hell happened, but you can tell me, Harrison.
An absolute embarrassment. Like, losing 30-0 to the Carolina Panthers is unfathomable. Like, coming off a solid win and then scoring 0 against the Panthers. I watched a good amount of it. Penix was terrible. Just straight up, just missing all over the field. Bijan disappeared. Bijan.
Yeah, now it's Bijan.
Kyle Pitts, where is he? Who? It was just embarrassing. Like, you can't. I don't know how you come back from that. Like, that's just a loss that will stick with you for a while. And they have, the Commanders next, then the Bills, then the Niners, and then you get, Dolphins and Patriots. But they got to figure something out, because that was really, really embarrassing yesterday. I feel for my Atlanta people.
That's it. I don't know what the hell is going on. Did what's his name come in? I heard that they benched Penix and then they put what's his name? Cousins went in?
No, he didn't go in.
Who went in after?
Did he?
Kirk went in for a little bit.
That's what I thought.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think he did anything.
They asked Raheem Morris afterwards, like, does Kirk have a chance to, like, start again? And he just said straight up no. So obviously you're going to give a vote of confidence to your second year quarterback, which you drafted in a weird position, to take over for Cousins. And I'm not putting all the blame on him. Not at all. He had a really bad game, and he was going to have to rebound from that. But he missed a lot, and he made some very, very bad throws that led to interceptions. So just stuff you can't do, like getting picked off in the flat, throwing a deep out across the field. It's just stuff that, like, you shouldn't be doing. So tough game.
Another person had a tough game.
Speaking of things you shouldn't be doing.
Enough is enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, Russ. He might as well be throwing a frisbee out there. Bacon, floor is yours, bud.
Not good, man. 3 weeks in a row now. Giants are my L.
It's a theme.
It is a theme. It's unfortunate, and I was really hoping for better. Yeah, I mean, talk about just a complete 180 here. Last week we're saying, hey, maybe Russ is back, and maybe Russ isn't washed. And sure enough, that big game was really just a product of how bad the Cowboys defense was. It was hard to watch. And I've watched a lot of bad games over the past about 10 years now. And like I said to you guys before we hopped on here too, I mean, I just went to bed at halftime. Didn't even bother watching the second half. I've been here before. I knew what was coming. There was nothing worth staying up for.
No.
And I'm glad I didn't. And yeah, you know, I like Russ. You know, he's had a hell of a career. But yeah, this is certainly going to expedite the start dart campaign here. And I don't know, I wouldn't be shocked if, you know, the first half of the upcoming game this week is, you know, Russ is struggling again. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see dart as soon as the second half or you know, whenever, you know, Dable decides to pull the plug this week. But
they have the Chargers next, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
At home.
And then the Saints.
The Saints. Yeah.
Next
and then the
week.
Eagles.
Yeah. And then it's just death row. Yeah.
Yeah.
Philly, Denver, Philly, San Francisco. Yeah. Yeah, it was just tough to watch. I think Russ is certainly done. Offense just looked anemic. Hey, I got a little nugget here too for you guys that I
love a nugget.
Everyone likes a good nug. So yeah, Sunday night was the seventh game the Giants have scored fewer than 10 points since the start of last season. That is the most in the NFL and 4 more than any other team. So something's got to give. I saw an interview with Louis Riddick on one of like the morning talk shows on ESPN. He says time is now. Get Dart in there, and I trust Louis Riddick probably more than anybody.
Well.
Any of the other talking heads there and analysts, and you know, I still have my concerns putting Dart behind this awful offensive line, but you got to try something, you know, and you have nothing to lose at this point. You know, the season's already over after the first 3 games, so you might as well see what he's got, and maybe there'll be a spark, you know. So yeah,
I think there will be.
Yeah, I think there will be too.
Believe there will be.
I mean, the Washington game and the Kansas City game, they were in reach at halftime. You know what I mean? Like, I love Russ. Like, you guys know, I'm a big Russ fan.
Yes.
He just does not get the ball out anymore. It's crazy how long he holds it. And yes, the offensive line is bad, but he's not helping it at all. And neither is the play calling either. Like, it's just, they just need to try something different. It may not work, but just try something different. It is brutally painful to watch him back there.
I mean, I saw your text when I woke up this morning, Harry, and about the QB draw.
Oh my God. That was an unreal play call.
Now you thought that was bad before your Giant fandom, when Kevin Gilbride or Kevin Killdrive, as he became to be known, delayed handoff to Mark Bradshaw. Delayed handoff, like it was infuriating. It would be like 3rd and 7, delayed handoff. Like, what are we doing? Yeah. So the what I'm trying to say is the ineptitude on the offensive side of the ball in the play calling. It's nothing new. I've been seeing it for, like I said, the past decade now. So welcome to the Giants bandwagon.
Why didn't you warn me? Why didn't you? You're supposed to be my friend.
Haze and Sam tried to. I was all hyped up. Brown Jackson Dart, you know, Abdul Carter.
Scatterboo looked great.
Scatterboo was a spark plug. He's fun to watch. The like I said, the love child of Wes Welker and Peyton Hillis. So at least we got that to watch until he gets just run into the ground.
I need somebody to create like an AI picture of that you just described. Yeah. I just need to see how terrible that would be.
We can figure that out.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
ChatGPT.
Did Hillis do like the stupid? What was his touchdown celebration? It was right, wasn't it? Like the rhino?
Yeah, he did a rhino. So yeah, a couple times.
Scadaboo's TD celebration was incredible. He just hit every emote he could possibly do.
Pretty much. Yeah,
it's like I'm doing a backflip, then we're gonna yell, then we're gonna dance.
Yeah, he was doing a whole bunch.
He hit every button on the controller for that one.
My man has such a massive cranium as well. Like his dome is just wildly large.
And no neck.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just a head on his shoulders. Yeah.
pretty much. I will say this before we go to our records.
Oh, can I hand out one more L? It was a quick one. Saints down 33 points with 7 minutes to go before the half is impressive. Impressive.
They suck. Very, very bad.
Not only are we getting the first pick, we're going to do it in style, guys.
My bad.
Kellen Moore, you should have just stayed as the Eagles' offensive play caller and not subject yourself to this.
They looked okay at home. On the road, oh boy, that is not good.
They never look okay. They start off looking okay. Remember last year they started off looking okay, and then they don't look okay. They haven't looked okay since Drew Brees and Peyton were there. So it just doesn't make any sense. What doesn't make any sense here is my record for this week. I don't like it, but it's still a winning record. I went 9-6. I have the Ravens tonight. Sam also went 9-6. He also has the Ravens. Harrison was 10-5. Shout out to Harrison. When I give him shit, I have to big him up. But his overall record, we'll get to that in a second. 10-5. He picked the Ravens tonight. And then Brendan, again, is another week that he excelled in his picks. 11-4. And he also has the Ravens. So our record's up to date, starting with the weakest link, Harrison. 29-18, but he's still a winning record. Sam is 31-16. Brendan is 32-15, and so am I. So shout out to the BHs. Y'all can all kick rocks. Okay. Now.
Not the HBs.
No, not the HBs.
So,
I'm just happy.
Power rankings.
Yeah. Good job,
Power
Sam.
rankings this week. Last week I had the Bills at 1, Eagles 2, Packers 3, Rams 4, Colts 5. This week I have the Bucks at 5 because they're 2-0 and they look good. The only thing about them, why I have them at 5, I would have had them a little bit higher, is don't know what Mike Evans is going to be moving forward because he did walk off injured, and I'm concerned about him, being that he's such an underrated wide receiver and the biggest part of their offense. They also have some big key pieces missing on their defensive line and offensive line. So that's why I'm keeping them there. But Baker is solid. Shout out to the Browns for screwing up again on that. But again, scheme or just bad organization.
Godwin should be back soon.
Yeah,
so
he should be back.
Yeah, that'll be good.
And
Godwin's on Mike Evans though.
Ibuka is ridiculous.
Yes, no, he is. He's absolutely been balling.
He's really good.
The hell out. So
speaking of, sorry, as we're talking about the Browns too, another L for the week were those jerseys.
I like those.
You like the brown jerseys?
I like those.
Those are nice.
Those are nice.
The all brown.
I like those.
They got to wear them every week now because they got to win.
I guess so. Yep.
Well,
the Duke Browns.
I don't know how they should have been in the dub. They should have been in the dub somewhere, but it is what it is.
The Tootsie Rolls.
Can't fit them all in.
They look like Tootsie Rolls out there.
I'm going to reel this back in. Okay. All right.
Okay.
At number 4, Chargers. They look phenomenal right now.
They were going to be my dub if I didn't do the special teams.
They look good. There's nothing more I can say. That one throw that Justin Herbert did rolling out to his left and that dart that he threw, rope. Shout out to them. And their defense, they always had the defense. It's just now their defense has time to rest because the offense is doing their thing. So kudos to them. We've already spoke about the Colts and what they're doing. They are 3 this week. I think they should stay up there. And then I did a little flip-flop because of the Dolphins hit the Bills with their flippers a little bit there and didn't look too good. They should have blown them out. But again, this is a rivalry game, and those are always played tighter. But I have the Eagles at 1 for coming back against the Rams, who I 100% believe are going to be in the playoffs and is going to be a tough out no matter what. And it's going to go on, again, winning. I think last year, one of the only teams they really, really lost against was the Eagles as well. But they have a phenomenal team in itself. But being able to come back, being down so much, and winning in the fashion that they did, showing that they can win in a multitude of ways, I think they are the number 1 team again, and again, still the defending champ. So that is my power rankings for this week. Gentlemen, any thoughts before we get to Harrison's powerless rankings?
I don't want to give them the kiss of death, but I really love how the Chargers look. And they have, the Giants
Sorry,
next.
Chargers fans.
Giants next, Commanders, Dolphins, Colts, Minnesota. So, not a tough schedule, but not an easy one either. But it's like they finally realized, or Justin Herbert finally realized that he's a top 5 talent, and then their play calling and how they're allowing him to kind of, insert himself into the game is also realized he's a top 5 talent. So they're using him to his potential. Finally, it seems like.
Well, you got a coach in Harbaugh that knows how to get the most out of his quarterback. So I think that definitely helps a lot.
Yeah, it's a good pairing.
Your powerless ranking, sir.
We got a lot of movement because the Bears, Panthers, and Browns all won. They're out. They're back in purgatory. So
mediocrity.
To mediocrity. So number 5, Texans, not good. Number 4, Titans, equally not good. Cam Ward, terrible interception throwing. He's young.
That was bad.
I still like him, but it was bad. Number 3, Giants, not good. Number 2, Saints, really not good. And we're just going to keep the Dolphins at number 1 because
I have a funny feeling they're going to flirt with that 1 all year long. So
I think Saints, Dolphins will probably stay
flip-flop
here.
a couple times. Yeah,
Giants, will probably stay around. Yeah, I think
the Giants will be around 5 soon. Once dark comes, I think they'll be around 5, and then they'll probably get themselves out of
maybe they can flirt with mediocrity.
Maybe.
Relegation. I wish. I wish.
Could you imagine?
I wish every sport had relegation. Like
I
that
wish
is
it
the
did
greatest
too.
thing.
It is so good
that soccer has going for
good.
it. Relegation.
You suck. Get out of our league. Bring somebody else up. See
Come
what they
up.
do.
Come on up, Alabama Crimson Tide.
I would love that. Absolutely love that.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to these picks. Week 4 picks. Thursday night football. Seahawks at Cardinals rivalry game. We all. Whoa! I didn't make a pick apparently on this. I did definitely put my picks in, but whatever. I have the Cardinals on this. Sam has the Seahawks. Harrison and Brennan also have the Cardinals. Sunday Bengals, or excuse me, wow, I can't read. Vikings at Steelers. I have the Vikings. Sam has Vikings. Harrison has Vikings. Brennan has the Steelers. We'll come back to that. Commanders at Falcons. I have the Falcons. Whoa. And the rest of you all have the Commanders. I don't think the Falcons are going to come out.
Back.
That's what I'm going with. Is I think they're going to be like, we can't go out there like that. And with Jaden Daniels day to day, who knows? Chargers at Giants. Sorry, Brendan. I know you have this, but we all have the Chargers here. Titans at Texans. Do we have to talk about this? I'll take the Texans. Sam has Texans. Harrison has Titans, and Brendan also has Titans. Eagles at Bucks.
Only guess.
Yeah, you already know that. Eagles. Okay. Sam Eagles. Harrison Bucks. Bacon Eagles. Panthers at Patriots. I'm going to go with the Panthers.
I don't-
Sam
yeah.
has the Patriots.
Don't love it. I don't love it.
Yeah.
But
Harrison and Brennan also have the Panthers. Yeah, I think this is also going to be a terrible game.
Mhm.
Saints at Bills. If anybody chooses, this is going to be the game that we all going to choose the Bills, and everybody in the world is going to
Sure.
choose the Bills, and the Saints are going to inch this one out by like a field goal. Or
This will be this week's Packers Browns.
yep.
I hope not. Josh, do your thing, please, so we don't look stupid.
Yeah.
All Bills here. Browns at Lions. We all have the Lions on this one. Jags at 49ers. I think this is going to be a really, really good game. You guys all have the Niners. I'm going to go with the Jags on this one.
Ooh, zagging. A lot of
Go
zags
with the
here.
Jags. I'm
from
going to be a
Haze.
little risky this week. I'm going to go with the Jags on this one. Colts at Rams. Oof, this is a good fucking game. Sam has Rams. Harrison has Colts. Bacon has Rams. I'm going to have to go with Rams. I think the Colts get their first L. Bears at Raiders. That's another terrible game. Bears I'll take. Sam has Bears. We all have the Bears. Shout out to Brendan on that one. Ravens at Chiefs. We all have the Ravens on this one. Sunday Night Football. Packers at Cowboys. 100% we all have the Packers on this one. That is a good thing. And Monday Night Football. Jets at Dolphins. Another game we don't need to watch. Sorry, Sam. Sam chose the Dolphins. Harrison chose the Jets. Bacon chose the Dolphins. And I'm probably going to have to choose the Jets on this one. Can't believe I just did that. Bengals at Broncos. Broncos for all of us. Shout out to my boy Bo. That's right. Just question on one for me. Real quick. Brendan, you had the Steelers winning over the Vikings. Why is that?
Only one reason. My boy
Aaron Rodgers. Oh my god!
Discount double check is back, baby.
So back.
I hate you.
It is. I just can't. I can't with him. Yeah. That's all I had for that one. Let's move on. NCAA. Wow, you guys loaded this up. This is something here.
Hold on, I'm switching to the Eagles.
Excuse me?
I'm switching the Eagles. Eagles Bucks. Switch that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
NCAA, we have a Florida State 3-0 at Miami.
I could roll through this if you want me to.
Thank you, please. Yes, please.
Okay.
Thank you.
Just a few notes. I don't know how many of you guys watch a lot of college football, but I do watch a lot of college football. So Florida State, after having a travesty of a year, they're back. They got a nice short king quarterback, Tommy Castellanos. He's from BC. They're 3-0, had a win over Alabama early in the year, just beat Kent State 66-0. Miami is still back. They lost Carson Beck no, they have Carson Beck now. I'm sorry.
Carson Beck.
Yep, they have Carson Beck. They're 4-0. They beat Florida this past Saturday and cooked a gator in the locker room. So we love college football for stuff like that. Texas,
little Bobby Boucher action there, huh?
Yeah. Texas is back in stride after losing early to Ohio State. They beat Sam Houston 55-0. Arch takes a little heat for flexing on a DB in the end zone after he ran them over. Wow.
Something wrong with his medulla oblongata, huh?
Oh boy. I didn't think we'd get a Waterboy reference.
Two of them.
Malachor show me her boobies.
There we go. There's another one. Can I continue?
Sorry, Harrison. Yeah. Didn't mean to derail your
Football.
segment here. Yeah.
All right. Everyone loves Gators. Oklahoma is back. They are 4-0 with wins over Michigan and Auburn. They have a nice quarterback nicknamed Money Mateer. So, yeah. And shout out my Trojans, 4-0, back in the top 25. Jordan Lava, quarterback. Makai Lemon, Waymon Jordan lead the way. So, just some early college football notes just to keep it in the loop.
Keep it add one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can I add one?
What's the Trojans?
Shout out.
What's the Trojans ranking?
Sorry?
What's Trojans ranking?
They were 25, but they'll be higher.
Yeah, kick rocks.
Shout out Dabo. Sorry. Shout out
Oh,
Dabo.
yeah.
What up?
Clemson is struggling.
It's over.
Struggling.
It's over.
They got smoked by Syracuse at home. So
it's over.
And shout out Debo Samuel, because Debo is awesome.
Yeah.
Where are the Mud Dogs ranked? Sure.
The Mud Dogs?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Reference 3.
Yeah.
Please
sorry,
go.
yeah.
Please
no,
go
that's
to
reference
MLB.
4.
Please go to MLB.
It's reference
You not
4.
need this.
Baseball, please.
Yes, please, baseball, quick. Sam Brennan, take over baseball, quick.
Hey, it's the last week of the baseball season. Did you know that, Brendan?
I did.
I knew that. I don't know if you guys knew it, but
I knew it.
exciting finishes here. Did you type this up, Brendan? I did.
Yeah, I did in a hurry. So
Well,
if it's
well, no, we're at a point now where the Detroit Tigers are blowing a 15.5 game lead.
Yep.
What I don't remember at what point they had that lead. I wrote it down somewhere. I can't find it, but that's not good. So it looks like the Guardians might win the Central here, which is it'd be the biggest advantage blown by a team that did not win its division or league in the modern AL or NL history. I don't know what modern means, but that's bad. And speaking of bad, I hope you enjoy Flushing in September, Juan Soto, because the Mets were 25-24 on June 12th. They had the best record in the majors, and their rotation had a sub-2.8 ERA. And since then, they're 35-53, tied with the White Sox for the worst record, ahead of only Washington, Minnesota, and Colorado.
nice.
Entering Sunday, the rotation ERA was over 5.
Meet the
The
Mets.
money was worth it.
So we're actually, can we pause right there for a second? So which would be more embarrassing to you guys? The Tigers blowing a 15.5 game lead, or the Mets not making the playoffs with a $340 million payroll?
I don't think anyone expected anything from the Tigers except for like baseball fans. Like baseball fans are disappointed. I mean, they're going to have this Cy Young winner for the second year in a row. Didn't, fell apart, but yeah, you can't say that you own New York. You spend all this money. What Steve Cohen said, if he doesn't get a World Series in X number of years, it's a failure. Well, you're crashing and burning again, bud.
Well,
Well, I'm just being honest. If you want to be like, hey, look how
You have to.
Cool,
You gotta-
yeah.
Throw
What are you gonna do?
those darts. They deserve them.
Yep. From the top rope.
From the top rope. Look out, JR.
Oh, good. Yeah,
all the Met fans running their mouth earlier in the year, though. I'm like,
Yeah,
I'm
they
a
always
Yankee
do.
fan. I don't say anything. Like,
No.
I don't like the Red Sox. I don't like the Mets, but I don't usually say anything. But it's just all year. Like, yeah, you got Juan Soto. He's incredible. He's showing that he is incredible.
Yeah,
You need more than Juan Soto to win a World Series.
you sure do.
Yep. But yeah, it's gonna be a hell of a final week. Yanks still win the division. They're only 2 games back, and
Still wild to think of that.
and they're at home for 3 games against the White Sox, and then at home for the final 3 games of the season against the Orioles. The Blue Jays have the Red Sox at home, and then the Rays at home. So Yanks, a little easier schedule for the final 6 games there, so they could still win the East. So
Let's do it.
yeah, let's get it. And then real quick too, I know we missed this news a couple weeks ago. Aaron Judge, now number 4 on the all-time Yankees home run list, behind guys. I don't know if you heard these guys before, but Babe Ruth, Mickey Mantle, and Lou Gehrig. So quite the company there. Mike Trout, just a couple nights ago, hit home run number 400. Haze, I can't wait to grind for that card and be the
Same.
show.
Same.
Nice. And then Giancarlo Stanton, number 450, which begs the question, if he plays, let's say, for another 2 years and approaches 500, is he a Hall of Famer?
Yeah.
I'd say so. Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
500 is that magical number, right?
Put him
So,
there.
Mhm.
I mean, does Palmeiro have 500?
yeah,
but
but
I know the
roids.
steroids.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one liked Palmeiro. People like Stan.
Well,
I can
because
understand why you say he's not a Hall of Famer, the World Series run last year just completely changed my mind on Giancarlo Stanton. He's
even a couple of years ago too. The postseason performance. Yeah, so he's elevated himself in that regard. Yeah.
Did you see the kid caught his 450th home run in a Stanton jersey? And
really?
He didn't want anything. He just wanted to give him the ball, and he took pictures and did all that stuff. But like,
awesome.
Yeah,
that's cool.
That's what it's all about.
Also, shout out to Mike Trout. Since you're talking about that card, did you see what he did with the kid that or the person that caught the ball? They had a catch.
Yep.
Yeah. Pretty dope.
Yep. Awesome.
Good stuff, baseball.
Sports.
Baseball is good.
I can't wait for October baseball. I always I don't watch a lot during the regular season, Yankees here and there, but October it's the best. It's the best. Just
you hang on every pitch. Yeah.
Yeah, the matchups and all of the adjustments that managers are making, and it really is the best.
Yep.
Something about that brisk air that just makes you, feel great, especially if you grew up playing baseball and you played in the cold times and whatnot. Like, you just have a feeling, but just being at a stadium, I think we've all been to a playoff game. I'm pretty sure we've all been to a playoff game, right?
We went to the one where Cano hit the grand slam.
Yes, we did. It was phenomenal.
Insane.
Just being there and just being a part of the fandom in your stadium and having everybody around you and just being rowdy, feeling the steps shake, even though they're not meant to shake, right? Feeling the energy from people and just being there, even though like it's just a different feeling. And even to watch it at home and watch it, I love watching baseball during this time of year with friends. So Chasing
Thanks
Points.
for the invite.
Chasing Points live stream coming soon.
That'll be fun.
There's your invite, Sam. Be patient, okay? Anything else that we have here? Because I'm not talking about the Ryder Cup again.
Ryder Cup's this week. That's all I got to say.
Best page, baby.
Go USA. Come on. And then
So I see
RIP to Liberty.
Yeah, I guess they lost they're out, huh?
Yeah, the Mercury were just a lot better. Stewie was on one leg, but they'll be back.
It happens.
They'll be back.
We love you.
Shout out to Asia Wilson.
Yeah,
Four-time MVP.
Four-time MVP.
There we go.
And our girl, Paige, Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, Paige. Caitlin Clark, who? This is for all you lames that's out here. Yeah, Caitlin Clark, who? Because good and damn well we've been waiting for that in women's college basketball. You're making this face and you know what I'm talking about. We were waiting for that matchup the whole time in women's college basketball. It didn't happen because Paige was basically on the IR throughout most of her damn college career. And we were waiting to see this happen because you also knew that Caitlin was going to get her ass busted by Paige. And it's going to happen anyway.
We don't have to do this. They're both great.
Caitlin Clark's great. I got into a fight with a coworker a couple months ago when I said that Sabrina was the best shooter in the WNBA. I still stand by that.
I agree with that.
I agree with that.
He thought it was blasphemous, and I'm crazy.
It's not.
No.
I think Caitlin has more potential range, but as far as
pure shooting, availability,
100%.
And look, Sabrina 100%. Went through the same thing her first couple of years.
100%.
She wasn't on the court, and Paige got off to UConn got off to a really slow and bad start and couldn't stay on the court either. So
I just think they're obviously don't want to go too deep into this, but they're just completely different players. Haze,
totally.
Paige is like a complete shot maker.
I said what I said.
Okay, fine, whatever. We'll talk about it another time.
What are we even
PB?
I don't know.
Sam, take us out of here, please.
180 something, 85 in the books. Happy birthday, Haze!
Happy birthday, Haze!
Thank you.
For the merry minstrels and Haze. I don't know. It's your podcast. We're just living in it.
Mm-hmm. What the hell just happened? Okay,
I don't know.
Go Browns.
Go Browns. Go Birds.
Okay,
Tootsie Roll.
We're done here. We're done here. Sam, finish this, please.
I just did.
Okay.
I said
all right, everybody. Goodbye. See y'all later.
Go
Bye.
Birds.
Y'all are the fucking worst.